for former presidents.
Seconds, Doug, get fresh. You're on. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John. And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That. And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is Baby, baby. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Mr. Edmond, what's good, my brother?
Hey, man, I'm glad to be back.
Yes, sir.
Feel good to be back.
Feel like you never left, man.
They do sometimes.
It be back like you never left, like you never went nowhere. Hey, man, in this transition, first week of a new year. So really trying to implement the whole new habit thing. You know what I'm saying? That's right, man. That's what it's gonna take.
Yesterday, man, I'm on.
Okay.
I had a meeting, and Dan came by and said, "Hey, man, I'll be back in 30 minutes." So I continued to have my meeting.
Okay.
Dan was back in 30 minutes.
Like right on.
Exactly.
Yeah, like real deal. Need that kind of
You know how you be around people and you want to eat from those people.
That's right.
That's one of my needs.
That's right. No, I hear that. And it takes intentionality, man. To be on time and be on purpose. To be where you need to be when you're supposed to be there. Good morning, Miss Teresa. How are you? Thank you so much for everything that you're doing. It's cold, man.
Thank you for those cold weather advisories.
Yes.
Teresa be posting up.
Yes.
I get them right off her page.
Right. No, it's important though. Yeah.
The conduit that gives that type of information
to make sure.
Timeline.
That's where I get it from too.
Okay.
And I remember, I don't know, I haven't seen it recently, but I remember Miss Teresa used to put it in your email too. She was like, remember them emails, like before the timelines, it was the email.
Yeah, the timeline will do.
The timeline will get it, absolutely, and we appreciate it. Real deal. Like really. So let us know where you're listening from, y'all. Are you in the car? Are you at home? Are you at work? Are you online? Yeah. Where you at? And where you at for real? So we're gonna start where you at city wise, and then double click if in your city where you at actually. Like real deal, man. So yeah, my brother, it's good, man. Great day. Looking forward to this great week. How's this first week of the new month treating you, man?
Oh man, blessed. I think.
Yeah.
I think what I've learned so far this year, if I can just summarize it, I think I've learned to, see how blessed I am.
Yeah.
And, throughout my adversities and trials and tribulations.
I saw you post that.
That is just.
Yeah.
It's abundantly clear.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I can say that because in other words, at times I'll be down.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's so hard for me to be down when I see my blessings like clearly.
It's hard for me to be down when I can see my blessings. Yeah.
This year has been that type of year.
Yeah.
Although it's been adversity, this, that, and the other.
Right.
I can clearly see God.
Yeah.
God, thank you, God. Just appreciation and abundance for those blessings.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in that space too, man. I was, as a part of the transition out of council into private citizen. Okay, which one, Jab? Because he's saying switch mics. Like, okay, there we go. Stick 'em, stick 'em.
I was just talking about the blessings.
Okay.
And all that.
Yeah.
Shout out.
It won't matter. Yeah, no doubt, man. And I'm with you on that, brother. It's absolutely, it's a blessing to know that you're blessed.
Yes.
Because a lot of times, I mean, in most cases, the blessings outweigh the hard times. But
if you can't see it, and a lot of times those hard times and those pressures be right here in your face.
That's right.
And your blessings are in the back of the room. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then these pressing issues right in your face,
yeah.
pumping and looking mean, and the blessings in the back, like, hey.
Yeah. And they got a big stick ready to knock whatever that thing is in your face out. So all you got to do is just like look and wink and nod at the thing, like just keep standing there. Just wait a minute.
Yeah, just wait.
Because God don't play about me, like for real.
Yeah.
Like for real, man. For real. Yeah. So I want to give a shout out to Kimbrielle Finch, man. Last year, the end of last year, Kimbrielle actually was the one responsible for me going under the water at the Florida Aquarium.
Yeah.
So she has a group called Courageous Leap. And so I want to give a big congratulations to Kimbrielle and Courageous Leap for being selected as a vendor for Florida's groundbreaking swim lesson program.
Wow.
There's a new state Senate bill where free lessons are now available for low-income families with children under 5, designed to remove the financial barriers for essential water safety instruction. They said 79% of families, 79% of children from families earning $50,000 have limited swimming skills. And this initiative is life-changing. Kimbrielle has been a long champion of swimming and a revolutionary act in the Black community. How about that, Kim? And her dedication has brought this vision to life. So thank you for what you're doing. If you want to learn more about the voucher program so you can sign your children up, get them ready, you can go to watersmartflorida.com, watersmartflorida.com. And again, let's celebrate Kimbrielle for your passion, perseverance, and faith as she continues to make waves in our community.
Thank you so much. And I want to just say, just the highlight that she brought when she came on the show.
Yeah.
And to see her continuing to grow after that, big shout out, big salute. That's what we into. That's what we about. Y'all come on to the show and then watch the growth.
Just watch it happen.
After you leave,
watch it happen, and she's gonna be coming back. Absolutely,
we got to do a recap on that.
Yeah, we got
the business, man. She's a real role model for our community. She's really leading.
Yeah.
Right?
Started with Swim with Kim, and then she changed it from Swim with Kim to Courageous Leap to really, honor, because she's actually the grandchild of one of the Courageous 12. And so Courageous Leap is kind of honoring her folks and the legacy of her people. Also, just quick question. Are you a father navigating the challenges of child support or joint custody? Or do you know someone who is? If you do, there's a new book actually being offered for a limited time for free. And it's The Empowering Fathers, A Guide to Navigating Child Support and Joint Custody by none other than Antonio Brown.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a powerful ebook, and it was written to help fathers understand the complexities of child support, build strong co-parenting relationships, fight for joint custody with confidence and clarity, and stay resilient and focused for the sake of their children. You can actually go and download that book. It's actually posted, I think, on the Competitive Readers page or on Antonio Brown's, and we can put a link in the chat as well.
I get it, and I put it on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club as well.
Yeah.
Big shouts out to T Brown, man, all the work you're doing, bro. Just another one of those people, man.
Yep.
That's really doing what it's due, man. And big shouts out to Competitive Readers. Y'all join the Competitive Readers. Go to the Facebook page and like it right now.
That's right.
Stop what you're doing.
Yep.
Stop the page. Follow Competitive Readers on Facebook. Big shouts out to Antonio Brown.
Right on, yeah. And this is us celebrating success and highlighting the good people doing good stuff in the community, man. You got some what's good? What you got?
Man, I want to say big shouts out to Nisi.
Okay.
Nisi has been doing
which Nisi?
Arnesia.
Okay, thank you. Ernisa Barnwell.
Yeah. And she's been doing her braiding academy and class. She has an upcoming.
Somebody tag her.
Yeah, somebody tag her, please. We want to bring you on. We want to try to get you on next week so you can come talk about your braiding class, come talk about what you got going on MLK Day, because I think the community is finna really be the place to be.
Right.
So y'all know MLK is coming up. It's not just the day in St. Pete. It's almost a whole week, almost a whole month. Yeah. If you ask me.
Yeah.
So y'all come on and support the MLK celebration in Southside St. Pete, Alabama.
Yes. Yeah. Just riding the wave, man. Riding the wave. Celebrating success. That's where we started.
That's success.
That's where we started.
That's successful, don't you think? The MLK celebration in the city of St. Pete has been a success for over 30, 40 years.
Yeah, that's a huge success. Yeah, so celebrating that.
Yeah, we got to talk about it in a good light, because most times when people like to talk about it, it don't be in a good light.
Good morning,
they want to talk down on it, be talk nasty about the celebration that has brought economic development to the south side of St. Pete for 30, 40 years. And then they found a way to knock that.
Yeah.
They found one way, two ways to knock it, but they don't find a way to uplift the multi-millions of dollars that's come to this community through the MLK celebration. Thank you to the men and women that put it together.
Yes.
That sacrificed and that put their neck on the line. to name the street MLK, to name the party or the. I don't want to call it a party. It's a celebration.
Yeah, because
they make it. They
Six
make
in
it,
one
they make
hand,
you feel
half
bad
dozen in
about
the other.
partying.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They make you feel
So
bad about
you can celebrate,
having a good
but you
time.
can't party.
Yeah, you can't eat. Yeah, come on.
Look at them.
come
They
on.
out there partying on Martin Luther King Day.
That ain't what he was about. He was he was partying.
Now they
y'all.
marching and celebrating, and we partying.
Hey, as 2020 vision, as history, you mean, 2020, right? And he was a partier.
Yeah.
He had a good time.
Yeah.
God bless his soul.
Yeah.
Because we gonna have a good time too.
Right on. In the name of Dr. King, we gonna do it. We absolutely gonna continue to do it.
Listen, and we're gonna stand for justice and principles, and we're gonna still do all that too, right?
Absolutely.
But at the same time, we just can't knock one or the other, and then pretend like we ain't doing it. Right, talking down on stuff and trying to knock and point fingers at stuff, and then act like you ain't doing it because you did it.
And I saw a documentary on a party that they did, like a Black Power party back in the day.
Yeah, they used to party,
and they used to have like these like Jesse Jackson was there. I guess all of the leadership of the movement at that time
was at the party.
but they organized the party, but they had like Stevie Wonder was playing, Junior Walker, Shotgun, and they had like so many artists that were like top tier artists at this party where they was rallying people. I think it was the Voting Rights Act is what they were like, pushing people
together. Yeah,
but they had a lot of parties, and if anybody who can remember that,
talk about it.
Yeah, let us know about that part of the organizing.
Hey, and I want to say this, Brother John, that's a part of the division that the government tried to put on our community.
Yeah.
They took the music and the movement away from each other.
Yeah.
So now if you're with the movement, you can't like the music. And now if you like the music, you can't be a part of the movement.
Wow.
So that's one of the things that they tried to deconstruct, and it really worked. We see it work in our community.
True.
And what we here to say is, no, it ain't gonna work no more. We
that's
we
right.
gonna party, we gonna have a good time, and we'll be at the meeting in the morning.
Ooh, that's Andre 3000. Everybody with dreads ain't for the cause,
and
right. Everybody with gold teeth ain't for the fall. Yeah.
That was cold.
Yes.
That was a cold one, brother. It's cold.
It's cold. It is
just
cold, man.
On the weather.
Just to speak on the weather, but yeah, that was definitely a bar that stuck out for me. EJ, what's good, man? Thank you for tapping in. Carlos, what's good? Appreciate you, my brother. And it absolutely is cold. And speaking of the Martin Luther King, I saw the celebration. Gasparilla celebration coming up. I saw there was like this headline that was saying now there's like high alert
because of what
for these celebrations because of what happened in New Orleans.
And I want to talk about the what happened in New Orleans, the Tesla truck fire, and the things that they have in common.
Okay.
But we'll talk about the next hour.
Okay.
Right. But I want to say we have to be vigilant.
Right.
Right. This man drove past the barricades.
Right,
and then when it hit, people jumped out with a gun, had explosives. He had explosives that he had planted places.
Right.
So this was an Army veteran, right? This person was trained to do these things.
That's right.
Right. So what I say is, who's going to protect us from the people who were trained to protect us?
Ooh.
Right. Who's going to protect us from the people who were trained to protect us?
Yeah.
Because they have the advantage of a lot of different things, and then us as a community, I just say we got to step up. We got to be vigilant.
That's right.
We got to not only call the police. We got to not only help somebody when they down, but we may have to take somebody down.
Hey, man.
Hey, I'm just calling it like it is.
That's the absolute truth.
I'm just calling it like it is.
I mean, you're absolutely right about that. You gotta be mindful, watchful, and then prepared. Like, what good is it? That's preparation. Yeah. But
I'm training
because confidence is rooted in preparation.
You always say that.
And so knowing that you have been trained and prepared to de-escalate a situation,
yes,
gives you that confidence that you need when it's time to de-escalate a situation.
Be vigilant.
You don't want to have to try and figure it out while it's happening. You want to prepare yourself for these different scenarios.
That's right.
And that's not saying that you want to, be all like hyper vigilant and you can't enjoy yourself. Like, you can still have a good time, but just, being aware of your surroundings and being aware, like, okay, that don't look right, that don't smell right. What is that about? But not be so, oh man, we gotta be vigilant.
That's right.
Where you can't enjoy yourself.
So rigid, but I think I like them coming out and being open about it and saying, hey, y'all, keep your head up, keep your eyes open.
That is.
I'm gonna
so
pass
that you don't
down to the MLK crowd. Hey, y'all, open your eyes.
That's right.
Be vigilant, even at the black events, man, because you never know what these people got in their head. You know what I'm saying? You never know what these people got going on.
Yeah.
And we have to be able to, be that first line of defense sometimes.
And you say even at the black events.
Even.
Why you say even at the black events? Like,
Because to me, I think a lot of times we think it can't happen to us.
Okay.
And even though, things do happen, don't get me wrong. And
right.
We attribute it to different things, on past beefs, different street beef and different things that people that got going on that we don't know about. But what about the turkey who's doing this for one of those groups? Right. And gonna write name of the group on the back of his truck type game. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And what about that type of, are we ready for that? Is the security in place for us? Yeah. The same way it is for other things at other venues, because they say they're there to protect us.
Oh wait, hold on.
They better not be there to watch us.
No,
See,
that's why I sat up in my chair, because when you said the security is there in place, a lot of times the security that's there it's like I'm gonna go. I'm in my Outcast. I'm in my Dungeon Family vibe this morning, and so Hasilo said, I wonder if the gate was put up to keep crime out or to keep us in. Ooh. And so a lot of times the security that we see at our events is not to prevent other things from coming out, but it's to keep us contained and keep us from turning this way, or keep us from walking this way, or keep us from showing up in a particular way.
I hope they're not.
Yeah, Because historically, that's what we've experienced, and so hopefully that.
Well, at this time, we need to be on guard, right?
That's right.
We need to have that security be in place, and not to stop our events.
That's right.
To say we aren't safe at our events because of all this, because that's how they flip the language, right? Yeah. So I'm going to say this: you've been out there for decades protecting us. Keep your butt out there. Yeah. Stay there and protect us. Bring the drones out.
And just be mindful that it's people who may not,
bring the drones out. I took a shot. Bring the drones out.
And the little dog, they got the little dog too.
They got a robot dog.
They got a robot dog. They got drones. Yeah, they got all kinds of stuff.
I need to see all my tax dollars on MLK at Tampa Bay in St. Petersburg.
Right on.
I need to see all my tax dollars right on the street.
So you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Gems, 99.1 FM. Listen live online, and you can also listen on the radio in your car, 99.1 FM, and right here on Facebook.
Show live.
Yes.
All over America.
That's right.
You can get with the Mo Show. We're syndicated.
Make sure that you do that as well. But
I want to say big shouts out to the Fusion 49.
Yeah.
Big shouts out the Ian O'Hara, city council member. Brother John, former city council member.
Right on.
And how y'all bridge that gap. Big shouts out to Nancy.
Yeah.
Big shouts out to the whole Fusion 49 and the work y'all doing. And I just wanted to break and say that because I think that our community is one step closer to being in a better place because of that. And people don't know the significance of the relationship between St. Pete and Gulfport. In our minds, we think there's been a relationship and they're hugging hands and holding hands. Yeah. There's been an adversarial relationship with these two cities in a lot of ways. Yeah. I ain't going to rehash it all. I'm just going to be honest about it. And to reach across the road and hold hands to build a better city for us all.
That's right.
We share 49th Street. A lot of people don't know 49th Street South from like 22nd to whatever. Yeah. I don't know the
26, but I don't know the map. Yeah.
But it's shared between St. Pete and Gulfport, right? And we've shared that street for decades. Right. And Fusion 49 is the business district that's going to fuse it together.
That's why we call it that. See, that was intentional.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love what y'all did, man. And
I appreciate that.
That's why I want to make sure I say it on the air, because like I say, a lot of people may not know the history, may go past and don't know like the steps you take. Because I remember the meeting with Lisa Willard Bowman before you were city council member.
Yes, sir.
Right? We went on 49th Street. We sat down and we had a meeting talking about Fusion 49. It wasn't Fusion 49.
It was like, what can we do to improve this district, and how can we, bring some of that,
We wanted a circular district, y'all. We wanted to go from 49th to 8th to 34th to 26.
I tell you this is what it was. A part of it was like just going other places, right, in the city and outside of the city, and having a conversation with my wife. Y'all know that's how I go, how it happens, a lot of times. And it was like, why can't we have something like this in our area? Like, why can't we, walk from our house up to 49th Street and be able to walk and, feel comfortable? We got the wide sidewalks, we got the parking, we got, we got the restaurants, we got the, the coffee shops, we got the, the different spots that you want to go out and in our area. So like when you drive down Central right now, if you haven't been there in a while, you feel like you out of town. And we want that same type of, not exactly, but you get what I'm saying. Like we want that kind of energy in our area.
A walkable neighborhood.
Yeah, where it's safe. You ain't got to worry about your children crossing the street.
Yeah, I mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, and so it was like, how can we do that? And then we began to get to work, to make it real. Man, so like, here's the idea. When you got a black woman saying, I want to be able to have a walkable community, you get to work and start trying to make it a walkable community. So
when the rubber hits the road, right, that's when the impact. That's what when they say that, they talk about the impact of the rubber to the road. And then they go to smoking and things go to happen.
And you're gonna see it because there's like some work that's happening right now, some work that happened last year that will be coming to fruition in the years ahead. And there's also an opportunity for you to get involved. So if you engage, you don't have to just be a business owner on 49th Street to participate. If you live in the area, you are concerned about the area, you want to contribute to the vision of the area, come on out, man. The meetings are on the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. You missed Mondays, but the first Monday of every month at the Gulfport Neighborhood Center. So thank you for that. Thank you for uplifting that, and everybody who had a hand in that.
Hey, so this weekend, man, we planning some stuff. So I'm hoping the weather permits, man.
50% chance of rain on Saturday.
But
I don't know if that's like overnight or in the morning. It's cold.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
So what weather? Wait.
Yeah, we doing a celebration, a jazz celebration at the lake.
Okay.
Childs Park Lake.
Oh, okay.
Honoring.
Glad I got an invitation. I remember a conversation, but I ain't seen nothing since then. And it's this weekend?
No, the weather is permitting. If the weather's permitting,
man, look at you.
Don't worry about it. You just beat her.
You better tell me, because I'm like planning my weekend as we speak, and that was not included.
Don't you worry about it. You just
beat her. Man, boy, y'all tough.
Big shouts out to Brother John, man.
I swear y'all the toughest.
Big shouts out to Brother John, his commitment to the community.
Thank you. And you, my brother.
For years. Now, this ain't about me right now. This is about you, because, bro, you are a catalyst for a lot that's been going on in this community, for a lot of work that I've done and other people have done. Your work at City Council wasn't, I ain't gonna say a capstone, but it was like another pillar to a building that is being built with many pillars.
I like
pillars,
that.
You get what I'm saying?
I unite with that.
And that section or that pillar in your career, bro, we got to salute it. We got to show you reverence for it, bro, because a lot of people don't have the audacity, tenacity, or the ingenuity to walk through those doors,
right,
and to prevail, right, to come back out on the other side and still be one of us.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
And still be, you know what I'm saying, on the home team.
Right.
And for that, I can't say thank you enough. And for the community, for the community.
I ain't see it.
And listen, I ain't laughing at that. But for the community, dog, because you gotta know that you are a part of this St. Petersburg history. If anybody wanted to write you out, they no longer can.
Oh, wow.
You can't be written out of the history of St. Pete. If they ever wanted to.
I didn't think about it like that.
I don't know their intentions.
Yeah.
But if they ever wanted to write you out of the city of St. Pete's history or the community's history, they no longer ever can.
Man, I appreciate that.
You cement it. You put your cement, you put your fingerprints, you put your face print on it. You did that, bro.
Yes, sir.
And we got to thank you for that, because, like I say, a lot of us didn't have it in us to do it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe now, after you've done it, you've put a little piece of that in us then now we will take that challenge.
That's my prayer. Really, that's really what the motivation was.
I know. I remember.
Is like, okay, if I do it, maybe we'll inspire other people
to do it. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that was another part of the decision not to run and continue to pursue it in that way and serve, because God blessed us with an opportunity to do it, and hopefully those who are watching and wondering if it's possible, we've shown you that you can do it.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like
yes,
it's it's like the dude who ran the 4-minute mile. You know that story of how nobody thought it was possible.
I don't know it.
Well, it was a 4-minute mile was like
unheard
of until the first dude did it. But after the first guy did it, like after that, several people started doing it.
I think Reno run a 4-minute mile
because they showed them that it was possible. I don't know about that. Yeah. I don't know. I ain't even finna. I have no idea.
You're like, no.
I don't know. I can't comment one way or other. But if he does, that's an amazing accomplishment.
It was a joke. I'm joking.
That's an amazing accomplishment.
I got my applesauce this morning.
Okay, you ready for it? So what we're gonna do, y'all? Yeah, she on the way.
Okay.
We're gonna actually take a break. It is 8:00, so we're gonna come back. We got what the people say. We're gonna answer the question. So we asked y'all what's your favorite spots for breakfast in Tampa Bay. We're gonna answer that question. We have Ask Kiana. We also got politics with Mr. Edmond and a motivational moment. So a lot is coming up, y'all. So don't miss it. We'll be right back with more right here on 99 Jams. The Bird.
Was extremely good. We received texts, messages saying you must evacuate immediately. And I have to say, our mayor, Karen Bass, had prepared for the situation by assembling material and personnel. So they were in the area. So the response was very quick.
More than 14,000 rescue workers have arrived in Tibet in China to search for survivors of Tuesday's powerful earthquake. At least 126 people have died, but an unknown number are unaccounted for. Temperatures at night dropped to minus 18 degrees Celsius. Experts say people trapped or without shelter are at risk of hypothermia. Professor Bishal Nat Upreti is president of Nepal's Center for Disaster Management.
The problem with the Tibet, rural, as well as anywhere in the Himalaya, all the way from Pakistan to Afghanistan to Nepal and Bhutan and Sikkim, all these Indian parts are, the rural houses are very, very weak. They are all stone buildings, 1 or 2 story buildings. So whenever we have an earthquake, even a small earthquake can destroy a lot of houses and can kill people.
Members of the public have been filing past the coffin of the former US President Jimmy Carter, who's lying in state in the Capitol Rotunda. Mr. Carter's funeral will take place on Thursday. Earlier, his casket, draped with the US flag, was carried up the steps into the Capitol building after a 21-gun salute. The former president died at the age of 100 in late December. Donald Trump's latest expansionist foreign policy statements have drawn the ire of countries affected, including Canada, Panama and Denmark. The Panamanian Foreign Minister Javier Martinez Acha said the sovereignty of the Panama Canal
tiene la misión de servir a la humanidad.
Our canal has the mission to serve humanity and its trade. That's one of the values that Panamanians offer to the world, giving guarantee to the international community not to take part, nor be an active part of any conflict. The only hands that control the canal are Panamanian, and it will continue to be so.
World news from the BBC. A court in Thailand has issued an arrest warrant for an alleged hitman after a Cambodian former politician was shot dead in Bangkok. Lim Kimya, who was 74, was killed by a gunman on a motorbike after arriving from Cambodia. Rights groups are calling it a political assassination. The sister of the OpenAI chief executive, Sam Altman, has filed a lawsuit alleging that he read
by Israel's forced evacuation orders.
WUJM, St. Petersburg.
With high walls surrounding it, protects my children from random strikes. My children, how were they in the past, and how are they in the present? They were dignified. We, thank God, we're in our homes and lands with our dignity, let's say. Currently, we live underground, as if in a grave. Surely this is not easy.
In the occupied West Bank town of Tamun, an Israeli drone strike has killed 3 Palestinians, including 2 boys, 8-year-old Reda Ali Ahmed Basharat and 10-year-old Hamza Ahmed Basharat. Israeli forces have also detained 45 Palestinians in the West Bank as part of a sweeping crackdown after Palestinian gunmen killed 3 Israelis on Monday. Israel's far-right finance minister Bezalel Smotrich responded to Monday's attack by calling for cities in the West Bank to, quote, be turned into another Jabalia, a reference to the destroyed refugee camp in Gaza. Israeli settlers have also attacked several West Bank towns, burning cars, ransacking homes, and setting crops on fire. The Palestinian news outlet Wafa reported Israeli troops fired at Palestinians in the village of Amaten as they tried to confront violent settlers. Ireland's become the latest country to formally join South Africa's genocide case against Israel before the International Court of Justice. Last month, Israel closed its embassy in Ireland to protest after Ireland initially said it would join the case. Meanwhile, Israel's blocking the United Nations from investigating reports of sexual crimes committed by Hamas during the October 7th attack. The Israeli newspaper Haaretz reports Israel blocked the probe because it feared it would open the door to the UN investigating the sexual abuse of Palestinians held in Israeli prisons. The Biden administration's announced new sanctions against Sudan's Rapid Support Forces after concluding the paramilitary group committed genocide. Secretary of State Tony Blinken said Tuesday he'd made the determination, quote, after reviewing the horrifying information of suffering inside Sudan, where more than half the population, some 25.6 million people, has faced crisis-level hunger over the past year. The UN says more than 150,000 people have been killed since fighting erupted in April 2023. 11 million have fled their homes. The New York Times reports the Biden administration had been reluctant to admit the Rapid Support Forces were committing genocide in Sudan for fear it would highlight Biden's refusal to make the same determination about Israel's killing of Palestinians in Gaza. President-elect Trump has renewed his threat to respond with violence if Hamas does not release hostages held in Gaza.
If they're not back by the time I get into office, all hell will break out in the Middle East. And it will not be good for Hamas, and it will not be good, frankly, for anyone.
Trump made the remarks during a wide-ranging, rambling news conference at Mar-a-Lago Tuesday in which Trump repeatedly lied, aired grievances about the many legal cases against him, and threatened to use the Pentagon to expand U.S. territory. In an extraordinary exchange, Trump refused to rule out military action to take control of Greenland and the Panama Canal.
We need them for economic security. The Panama Canal was built for our military. I'm not going to commit to that now. It might be that you'll have to do something.
Trump threatened to use economic force to absorb Canada into the United States. He continued his push later in the day on social media, posting maps showing Canada as part of the U.S. In reply, Canada's outgoing Prime Minister Justin Trudeau responded there's not a, quote, snowball's chance in hell the two countries would merge.
Wow. And just like that, we're back, y'all. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother, John.
And this is the one and only Mr. Edmond.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, a.k.a. See That.
See That.
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
the new
gangster. Baby.
And if you don't know,
now you know. Now you know.
No.
So Trump trying to expand into Canada? Is that what they? What's the deal, man?
So I mean, what do you call it? Conjecture. It's a lot of,
like kind of reading into it.
I ain't saying he won't do it, because like the Panama Canal thing.
You can't say what he won't do.
Yeah, but like the Panama Canal thing.
Yeah,
that's something that we should have really took more inventory of before we passed it over.
I think that was
a lot of engineering
in the 70s. Yeah,
but no, we didn't give it over to. We just gave it to him.
No, I think the commitment was made in the 70s.
I'm not talking about commitments, because they break promises all the time.
Hold on,
they break promises all the time. I'm talking about when they handed it over.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
The commitment to hand it over was made in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had a deadline of 1999 to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They did it in 1999.
Okay, they did it 20 years ago.
Yeah, and now Trump is saying,
yeah, he need that
back.
Taking it back. I need
that
back. Take that.
Yeah,
Did it voice. I
right.
need that back.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying,
Okay.
as a country,
That sounds like what's happening in
listen,
other places around the world that we got a whole problem with, though.
This is what America does. So staying true to who America is, I wouldn't have never gave it back.
But they did.
And then we need that back. It was an error.
But how?
It was an error.
Yeah.
Hey,
Come on in.
Come on.
In the room. Come on in the room. There's God. I'm comfortable now, Q. You
like you was talking about like get up.
Like you needed a chair. Welcome to the ride. Welcome to the ride. Who that? Hey, there you go. So yeah, I'm say the orange man.
Taking stuff.
He say the orange man is trying to outdo Putin with his expansion and his his aspirations.
You see, you're gonna change the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf America?
No, I ain't see that. My man, what the world?
Listen,
and he want to change this name of a mountain in Alaska to Mount McKinley or something like that.
This is no way of me supporting none of these actions, right? But I'm just gonna say it.
Okay.
This is what America do.
Okay.
We all are getting like, shocked that America. This the same people that broke every treaty they wrote with the natives.
That's true.
Every treaty.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden these are some upstanding citizens the last 10, 20 years, even though they've been trying to collapse our community, indicting our leaders, assassinating our people, and now all of a sudden they're not doing it no more. No.
But when you say that, it make it sound like you cool with it.
No,
I know you said you're not. But here's the thing: when you say this, because you like no. This is what he said. Panama Canal, we need that back. Now we talking about how you give the whole idea of Indian giving was them giving things and taking them back. Not the Indians giving it,
no,
but they gave it to the Indians and then they took it back from the Indians, right? So now you got an Indian giver. Not the Indians, but
yeah.
And that's consistently their pattern, and we've always had a problem with it. And now you're saying okay, well, Panama is different.
No,
I need that back.
No, I ain't saying Panama different.
He just said he wanted it back.
No, I'm just saying.
But you can't. I ain't really with that.
The American logic in what's going on. I see the American way. I got on my red, white, and blue today.
Okay.
I see the American way.
You really do.
I know. I see the American way in this. I see I see a line of resemblance to their actions.
Man, that's.
You on my side.
That's what they do, but that don't mean it's right.
We ain't saying it was right.
But he's saying go do it.
No,
how you say it ain't right, but you saying go do it.
Did his song? He say take that. You make me say
man, but now it don't sound the same.
Take that.
It don't sound the same no more.
The American way. This is just the way of power.
Okay.
White power.
Just the power. We seeing it in the wars.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Across the world. This ain't just America. You know, they make an agreement. They realize, like, hey, they didn't deserve that. That agreement was done 5,000 years ago, 500 years ago, and now we decided that we want new rules and new laws, and now we want to overstep and take that back because you know what? We ain't in the same mood we was in 50 years ago.
I hear y'all.
50 years ago, my grandma and your grandma was friends. We ain't friends no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it was a peace treaty, and we, but like everybody looked like. Everybody think like, hey, nobody kept up the end of the bargain. Like you were supposed to be a good neighbor, you're not.
Okay.
And, in terms, if I'm painting a picture for you.
I got the picture, and I see it very clearly, and I just don't like what I'm seeing.
You don't agree? Okay.
I just don't like what I'm seeing. I see the picture, and I don't like what I'm seeing. Yeah.
This ain't just a Trump thing. This ain't just an American thing. This is what power do.
Yeah.
You see how, like, even here with corporations, they give it, they let you work from home, and now they saying like, nah,
you got to come back.
Freedom. We want to not control y'all, so bring y'all tails back in. Work at home is no longer an option for you.
Hey, nah, they gonna say put this wristband on and let me follow you all day.
They call them cell phones, don't they? Right, right.
Put this app on your phone.
So you're here listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club on 99 Gems, and we're talking about some global international politics stuff that Trump is doing. Also, politics with Mr. Edmond. What you got, Mr. Edmond?
In today's politics with Mr. Edmond. I want to talk about, the last couple quote unquote terrorist events that happened.
Okay.
There was one in New Orleans where the guy jumped down the barricade and ran people over, jumped out with the gun, and got into a shootout with the police. And then it also was a guy who drove a Tesla.
Yeah.
He drove his Tesla. They say he got his plan from ChatGPT on how much explosives he needed. Drove it to the thing. ChatGPT was wrong.
Wait, he underestimated?
It didn't blow up. I'm just putting two and two together.
Okay.
They say he got it. He got a recipe from ChatGPT. He got in his truck, drove there, shot himself, did the explosion.
And it just blew up the truck, basically.
Yes.
And
Yes.
a few people that was walking by the truck
Yes.
ended up getting it by God's grace, because, I mean...
because it was serious. This could have been, because people don't know, but these electronic batteries can be huge explosives.
Yeah.
And that's...
With that salt water and all of that stuff.
But that's why he chose that vehicle to try to ignite it.
He didn't do that
explosion.
because Trump Tower and Elon Musk and their
That could be
relationship.
too, because
they got that relationship. I saw that as kind of a part of the online narrative.
Coming, so we'll see.
Okay.
Because they're getting all this information. He was just like the other young brother.
Okay.
Was an Army veteran.
Okay.
And,
same base, I think. I saw.
And this
their connection was that they was all on they both was on the same base, is what I read.
The biggest connection for me is that these are Army veterans doing terrorist attacks, and this is not the first one, right? If there's a lot of
I'm laughing to myself because you're gonna say no, like I was disagreeing with you. And then you're gonna say something like exactly like what I'm saying. So you said no, like you shutting me down, and then you co-signing what I just said. But I hear you.
That was a comma. That wasn't.
Okay, got it.
That was a comma.
Because I reacted to that like, wait, I'm saying something wrong.
No,
and then you say exactly what I'm saying.
Exactly right. But you said they was from the same base.
Yeah.
And I was saying
you building on that.
Yes. I'm
thank you.
Expanding it.
Thank you.
To in the past, there has been Army veterans that have done terrorist acts before.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, and what I most wanted to highlight the most is that we got to look out for our veterans.
Yeah.
We done got these people into these situations, into these wars, and then we release them and don't give them the mental health they need.
True.
We don't give them the respect or the resources they need, and we're having adverse effects. We can clearly see over the last 20 years. If you remember the first one, the little skinny dude in Alabama somewhere.
I don't remember. Was McVeigh a veteran?
Yes, he was a veteran. That
was Oklahoma.
About. Thank you.
When he parked the truck in front of the building in Oklahoma?
Yes.
Okay.
Timothy McVeigh was a veteran.
Okay.
And they used Timothy McVeigh in his manifesto as a blueprint.
Okay.
So right now, there has been several, and they go, and it points back to what McVeigh did. They look at him like a god.
Okay.
Like in certain subsets of culture.
I hear that.
And the issue is we're not looking out for our veterans. We're not giving them the mental health they need. We're not giving them the resources they need. We're not giving them the respect they need.
Are they saying that he was radicalized and like a member of ISIS, or saying that he was down with ISIS or something?
I think he's one of the guys, and I think that was the New Orleans individual.
Had like ISIS leanings or something like that. Yeah.
And the other guy, I'm not sure yet, right? Because like they're still going through his stuff.
Right.
So that's how they know he did ChatGPT to get the bomb recipe, because they're still going through all his information.
All right. So honestly, I think bad idea. First of all, the Cybertruck is made up all
steel, right?
Right. Usually people put steel in something because they want to like protect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at the army trucks that has steel and all that other stuff. So you take basically an army truck.
Yeah.
And go in there and think that it's not gonna hold the bomb that's inside of it.
Oh man.
Like,
I wonder how many people ordered Cybertrucks after that.
But
like people looked at that and said, "Hey, this is a good investment because it was able to withstand this bomb." Yeah.
That would be my first thought when I'm thinking of it, like going through my head. I don't think America do enough for not only veterans, just the people in general. When you look at it, like the walk of life is so crazy, and we see the impact of like the decisions that America has made, and you see how it has impacted our society.
Yeah.
right? And yes, veterans need more, but we scream this across the board. But there is capitalism to its finest. It's all about the bottom dollar and how much profit that American can make then over their people.
Yeah. Yeah, people over profit.
Profits over people.
Yeah.
Profit over people all the time. They put people in situations and then you tell them that they're fighting for something and realize when you get over there, you're fighting for the wrong thing. You make life-changing decisions and you do something that you would never do. They create monsters and then tell them to put the monster back inside when they come back home.
Yes.
Ooh. Ooh.
On top of that, when you create this monster, they realize a lot of that time it was wrong. Like you had me do something on the basis of this, and then I find out it's on that. People can't sleep at night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People really sit up there because you have good-hearted people that go over there and really say, "I believe in the freedom of America. I believe." I'm
here to fight for it. I'm ready to give my life, willing to pay the ultimate. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or poppy seeds. Or
You know what I mean? You realize this because he didn't say thank you.
Yeah.
In the meeting, so you finna show him that we the big bad wolf.
Yeah.
Like you look at this stuff. So yeah.
No.
No, you on that. Listen, I'm on that. You on that?
You on it live and direct.
And the final politics with Mr. Edmond report.
Okay.
Tropicana Field saga continues.
Okay.
December 30th, the Rays issue I don't know what this letter was, right? Because part of the letter makes me think they're trying to fulfill contractual obligations. Because their president came out and told our city council not to repair the building. He said it in open court. I mean, it's quasi judicial or whatever. It was open forum. He told them not to do it. So Brother John said, "Hey, why would we fix this if they don't want it?"
The tenants saying they don't want it.
That's not true. Let's take a break. They took a break. They cleaned themselves up, came back out, and Councilmember Lissette said the same thing. Hey, we have him right here. Let's talk to him.
Yep.
He walked up and said the same thing Brother John said 15 minutes earlier, that they did not want to repair it because they didn't find it feasible.
Yeah.
Right? So now here it is 30 days later, right? Within the filing period, because there's filing deadlines and stuff.
Yep.
So December 30th was right inside of a little spot, a
Yeah.
little sweet spot in the legal world. And they said, no, to clear up anything or any misconception, we want you to fulfill your responsibility.
Super Dave, good morning.
You get what I'm saying? So inside of that, so now we're 30 days out before we can even get it up to vote on it. Now that's another 30 days before the man can order it from China or wherever it was coming from, Honduras, because they say they got to order it.
Yeah.
It can take 6 to 8 months to order it. The time frame is not going to allow us to fulfill the contract.
And that was a part of my original pushback with it, was that they were saying that they needed to start on the repairs right away so that they can be ready for the 2026 season, because they know they're not going to make this season. So the objective is to make it by the 2026 season, and they had to start right away. But in that moment, it was like we saying we got to start to make it by this season, and the tenant is telling you we don't plan on, like, we know y'all not going to be able to do this by then. And so now they sent a letter saying, yes, move forward with the repairs, and you got to have it done by when you say you're going to have it done by.
Yes.
And like, it's just not real like that. And I don't know what type of fast tracking that the city is going to have to do in order to make that real. But if they are able to pull it off, then that would be a model. I think it'll be a model for how we can get some of these other developments moving and up and built. If you can do that, then that means you can do it. It's like the 4-minute mile.
Listen.
If you can do that, then that means it can be done. But I don't think it can be done, and I'm waiting for them to prove me wrong.
I heard it's 40,000 permits in the city right now on backlog.
Okay.
So they're going to fast track it and skip to the front of the line to get the permitting.
Yeah.
Right. So that's already encumbering more community members. We're already being hurt more by it. Right. And you fast track it. Boom. You order the part. You hope that it's not another hurricane. You hope that it's not another storm. You hope that we don't get no more rain to do no more damage before you get it up. We hope it's not a delay. So all this hope, and hope was never in the contract.
Yeah. No, hope was never in the contract.
Let me tell you this.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, real quick, we got a caller. Caller.
I see you over here hopeful. I hear you, caller. You gotta speak up.
You gotta use
Hold on.
We having a little difficulty hearing you, caller. Go ahead. Okay, there you go. I remember roaches in the phone. What's good? We can hear you good. Right on. We doing real good, man. We talking about the Tropicana field and the repairs that need to be done, and whether or not the Rays gonna be able to play there. Okay. They got a ready workforce that's ready to do it.
These are just jokes, y'all. Don't take it serious.
Real deal.
Damian Davis.
No, I appreciate it, and thank you for calling. They saying they can't hear you online, so
They can't hear you online. You ain't talking loud enough.
No, it's something going on with it.
Uno, dos,
Tres,
tres,
cuatro. All right, thank you for calling. You're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Jams the Berg. Oh yeah, you got to plug it in first. How about that piece? That whole.
So yeah,
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're really hopeful, right?
Okay.
They said stuff in public before, and when you tell them to put it in writing, it's something else that's putting in there. So
they've been doing that the whole time.
So this.
Yeah, that's kind of the.
So you said like I think that they're trying to hold up the end of the bargain. No, they doing what they do. They do their dance.
Right.
And then hope that like in the midst of it all, we still fail so that they get all of the gold.
Oh, but
I'm looking at what does that go? That one real quick. Just pull that.
This?
No, just pull the blue one.
Right
okay, yeah, that's it. So that's yeah.
So yeah.
But I hear you.
So yeah, like I mean, them coming up there telling us not to do it, like put it in writing. Like nothing they say right now don't mean anything to me unless they put it in the writing and change it something else.
And I think that's what that letter is.
They just put it in writing.
I think I think the letter. So here's what the letter does. It's basically putting the. No, they sent the letter saying they didn't send a letter saying don't do it. They can't. So here's kind of the play, right? We know that. Well, you may not know, but the city has entered in some horrible contracts.
Yes,
and so what happens when they came in and they said publicly, we're not going to be able to move forward with this. Well, they didn't put it in writing because the contract does not allow them to not move forward without some consequence. But if the response to we're not going to be moving forward by the city or the county is, okay, well, we're not moving forward because the contract is written the way that it's written. If the city or the county doesn't do it, they win. So they coming in saying, we can't do it. What y'all going to do? Right. Right. And if the city says, well, we can't do it, they win. So the city basically has to do it, has to move forward. And now that the city has to move forward and they're moving forward, they're saying, okay, well, the timeline that y'all got is not real, but we're willing to work with y'all, have meetings with y'all so we can make sure that this thing stays on track so we can meet these deadlines so that we can so you can be back in there.
But it's all facade because it's because I think honestly, right? I think the city has come to the realization they're dealing with the biggest snakes in the snake kingdom, right?
I don't know if they realize that yet.
But this is what I learned, right? I learned that the Rays, as an organization, started two companies in May 2024 and April 2024.
Team Co. and Stadium Co.
Stadium Co.
Yeah.
The city entered into agreement with these two new companies as if it was the Rays franchise, and it isn't. It's actually the Rays owner and a couple other names, like their first and last name. So even if because I heard him say, won't he just sell it? Why he won't just sell it? Even if he sells the team, he still owns the rights to the 64 acres.
Yeah.
Because it is in his name. It's not a company. The company has his name and his cousin's name.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody.
Well,
But yes, it has
we've been invaded.
Yes.
And who do we have with us? Yeah, go ahead. No, you come on in if you're in. If you're in, you're in. If you're in, you're in. If you're in, you're in. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. We talking about the Tampa Bay Rays and the stadium deal. You got something on that?
What you? Listen to Brando talk about the Braves deal. You know what I'm saying? Because in the arena where I don't know too much, I love to occupy the 2 ears and 1 mouth syndrome. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I can help someone else in conversation when they get into, they know something about the Rays deal. You know what I mean? Most people don't know. And shout out to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club for keeping the community informed, because a lot of people do not know that they popped 2 companies, separate companies, just to get the deal done. You know what I'm saying? But when you get somebody bird dog in the whole situation, it's a beautiful environment.
Right.
And that's new information to a lot of people.
Oh, I said it when I came up there to speak.
Well, no, I asked the question in open forum: would Stadium Co. be able to qualify for a microfund loan? And they wouldn't, because of the criteria that they have.
They couldn't.
They inside the CRA.
But they can get 15 million, 100 million.
Yeah,
it's CRA funds.
But the Heinz Rays, who's behind it, can. But the company itself, like if you looking at the company and not all of the players and the partners, that company wouldn't be able to qualify for a microfund grant.
Yep.
But they're getting 65 acres prime real estate in downtown St. Pete.
That's the CRA, ain't it?
It's a CRA, but not the one we commonly talk about.
They made a CRA.
It was a CRA before.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the in-town West.
CRA.
In-town
but
West.
listen,
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. This is the honest to God truth. This is one of the worst scenarios that could have happened. This is the Nightmare on Elm Street version. Listen, this is not a joke. And people not taking it serious because it's not right now. It's just like I say, that we have pressing issues in our face, but there's stuff in the back of the room. And this issue here, bruh, may bankrupt the city of St. Pete in the future. They may sue us, right? Because we can't fulfill it. We can't get that. I ain't gonna say can't. There is a sliver of opportunity and sliver of hope. But there is a very slim chance that they may sue us for not fulfilling these contractual obligations.
And I think that's what that letter is all about, is just saying we intend to play in this stadium, but it has to be ready by this date that we know you're not going to be ready by.
We know it.
But
we just said in open court that you weren't going to be ready.
Yeah. And they're saying that if it's
so
not...
you just said exactly what I said, like they still planning the open court. Don't worry about it. But then they're saying, we know you ain't going to be...
But we committed to working with you to do all you can to get to this date and be ready by that date.
How you talk.
But we know you're not going to make it.
Bankrupt a company. Like, look how you... So listen, this is how you bankrupt a company. Is that you say, hey, we know you ain't going to make it, but we're with whatever you with. Like, try to obligate it, so we're going to spend all this money, do all of this, put all these resources in, and you know for a fact that you have no way in holy
listen,
to make this deadline.
This is the posture.
But you know what? But listen, if you hopeful, I'm hopeful.
Right. the posture. I want to hear from Mr.
This is the posture of someone who I know I got your dead to rights.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just play the game, you know what I'm saying, with you. But in the real world, I'm only here playing the game because I'm in the winning position, and that's what it sounds like, you know what I'm saying.
That's exactly right.
Contractually, you know what, y'all dead. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play the game with y'all.
Yeah. And
it's like Usain Bolt running against a high school person. Like, listen. I know you got potential.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on out here.
You might beat me.
Come on.
You might beat me.
Come on.
I know I'm running a 4 and you running a 9, but it's possible. Like, if you have a really good day, you can beat me.
Listen,
and I'm gonna support you in every way I can.
I'm gonna
because
train
you possibly might.
I'm gonna train you. I'm gonna give you the best trainer. I'm gonna cheer you on.
But don't pay attention to me turn around in the middle of the race and still keep beating you running.
No, listen, I'm going
backwards.
Listen, I'm going to say this, right?
It's a sad day.
That now infamous court date and those letters are going to be evidence that we're going to have to use against them, because the city of St. Pete has not been friendly to the Rays. The Rays have wanted to do a lot in this city. These people have a memory.
Yeah.
See, this is what they're not thinking about. The Rays have tried to do a lot in this city, and each mayor has told them no. Each city council has told them no.
Oh, wow.
And so now,
give me an example, Prano.
So I mean, you go all the way back to when they had their first winning season. They went their first winning season. That next year, they came to city council to try to get the redevelopment done.
Hey, we was talking about the guy who ran the 4-minute mile.
Yes, sir.
And how it was impossible until everybody else did it. And then Mr. Edmonds said that Reno runs a 4-minute mile. And King Jab said he must have ran that 4-minute mile to get there today. So I was just distracted by that in the comments. King Ree in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back.
King Jab in the building, man.
The voice of the people every single time, man.
I love you, bro.
We're talking about the Tampa Bay Rays, the conundrum that the city of St. Petersburg is in as it relates to the contract and the repairs of the building. And looking at, again, the contractual obligation. This is the other part that I saw that was interesting, because they said if the Trop is not ready for the start of the 2026 season, if it's ready in the middle of the season, it will present a logistical nightmare for them to be able to move from where they are currently playing.
Oh my God!
Over to the Trop. So they playing in Tampa right now. But remember, a few years ago they proposed playing in Montreal, Canada for part of the season, and then playing here. So you telling me that the logistics of moving from Canada back to St. Pete is easier than going from Tampa to St. Pete in the middle of a season if this thing ain't right. But this is kind of the stuff. This is when I would do hashtag playing in our face and look at Keanu.
This is after they get almost $1 billion in public funds and subsidies.
On top of that, yeah.
Okay, so
they've already got it. It's already been approved.
This Rays deal,
they already had it.
This Rays deal made me high key want to study the adverse effects of the city after they first black mayor.
Okay.
Right? Because sometimes like look at Opelika, right? Opelika city got ran down so bad that if you work for the city of Opelika, you are now a federal employee.
Right.
Right? Because the feds had to come in and take over the city council. The Fed had to come in and take over the mayor's office and everything in Opelika, because those brothers and sisters down there were tearing it up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And the raw deal this dude did. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a fat cat move, you know what I'm saying?
I love Mr. Edmond. He just couldn't take it, right?
Yeah. So look at African rulers, right? Exactly. The African rulers where they'll get their hands greased by the Americans to do whatever they want to do, but the people will suffer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you look at the first black mayor in the city of St. Pete, you know what I'm saying? The people are continuously suffering, man.
But the other part of that too, when you watch all of the movies about the world ending, it's usually a black person in charge, right?
Son of
ain't that? I mean, every time, like I think Independence Day, a lot of them other movies they had.
That's
like
part of the stereotype. See, that's part of the Hollywood.
Look, he did. He did.
Listen,
and that's kind of the scenario that we walking in right now. Q, what's going on with that face?
I feel like, sometimes we get in power and we're so pressed to show that we're empowered that we don't realize or recognize or remember why we really did this. Like, why did you really get in politics?
Yeah.
Was it really for the people?
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you get that one thing in your hand and it takes you to another level, and then you take logic and throw it out the window.
Yeah.
And they said, like, if you can get people to throw logic out the window, you can make them do anything. So you sprinkle and tell people and who has power, like, I can give you more power.
Wow.
Everybody got a price.
Well, I read. You just reminded me of something I read, and there was this thing about this man who had like all of this power, and he's a servant of God. He's standing on a mountain, And then the devil come to him and say, well, if you who you say you are, then turn these stones into bread. I can give you all of this, but he was like, nah, man, I ain't on that. Like he had to basically stand firm in his values and his mission and his vision, because it's easy for them to leverage the fact that you know who you are. Like, you the first black mayor. Won't you come? Like you could be the one to get this thing
That's
done.
ego too. That's ego.
You can they attack
Yeah,
your ego.
that's ego. That's inflating ego.
You can get it done.
Look,
You
like, listen,
yeah.
you made it this far. You got to listen to
You
the
could
people.
be the one. A lot of people couldn't do it.
You. That's you know. Let me
But
tell you.
this is you not
One at a
listening
time.
to nobody, right?
Yeah.
You sitting up here. How many times we was like, hey, for 17 years, the same deal has came across every other mayor. The same exact deal, and every one of them fought it.
Yeah. And
Every
Not
one of
not
them.
turn it down.
Yeah.
They fought it.
You.
UB says for 17 years,
Oh, look.
not just this city, every city, they presented the
Yeah.
deal suit.
Yeah.
They say even the city of Tampa and Mayor Bob Buckhorn refused the deal.
Right.
So I mean, it's a situation, like I say, it's a nightmare situation.
Yeah.
It's nothing that none of us want to be in, and we are still the city, and we're still going to be responsible for these taxes and these subsidies that's been given.
Yeah.
And we have to find a way to get
These are
out of it.
corporations, y'all. These cities are corporations. You know what I'm saying? The corporations get bankrupt all the time. You know what I mean? And with a raw deal like this out here, it's embarrassing.
Because somebody
They ran
came
him out of town.
Go ahead. I want to finish that thought, my brother.
No, that's the only thing. The one word I've been using, because you know that's what they say intelligence does, is shorten it up. You know what I mean? Give me an elevator speech. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Embarrassing, y'all. It's just embarrassing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's embarrassing to watch our people. You know, to have the current mayor father on record for saying that as a sitting city council member who made the decision to tear up the gas plant district, after that decision was made, he was already quoted for saying that if he could make that decision again, he would never do that, right?
Yeah.
And so there is a sentence of the father, right? Because here comes his seed coming behind him with even more power as the mayor, and laid down as well. So it's just embarrassing, y'all.
Yeah, it's a lot of holes, a lot of work that needs to be done. I think the Rays have until March the 31st to meet all of their preconditions, because the ball is in their court right now as it relates to the new deal, the new contract. I would say that under the current contract, the city is on the hook to repair it and create a space for them to be able to play. They're working to do that by the 2026.
But in the letter that was written, they said the city can also buy them out.
Yeah.
They say that they're in negotiations with the city to either perform
Yeah.
or buy them out. And I think the buyout price is probably going to be.
It was ridiculous. I remember, like, it was some ridiculous.
I think
number.
it's going to mirror.
Yeah.
I think it's going to mirror the money they need to finish this deal.
Yeah.
So whatever they need by March,
Yeah.
I think that's what they're going to ask from
Actually,
us.
I think
Give me a ballpark.
I don't know what they need.
So
Yeah.
let me
Gotcha.
tell you,
60,
let's
70
just-
million.
So let's just
Yeah,
buy
we'll give
it.
them
So
that.
at this
Gotcha.
point, let's
Yeah.
just buy it out.
Yeah.
Like we're already we're in a better situation to buy it out, and then
And you can use the money that y'all got y'all pockets greased with. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got y'all the line of y'all pockets got greased with. That's how deals. That's how deals are done.
They ain't get that much, right?
It ain't.
So you listen to the Tampa
But I'm
Bay.
just saying, so like at this point, like so as leaders, we all make mistakes, right? And so we don't attack people, we attack situations.
Yeah.
Right. So let's try to make this situation as best as possible. At this point, we know we're going against the impossible.
Yeah.
Saying that it can't happen, anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean that's what these hurricanes showed you.
Yeah,
Hurricane Milton and
Anything
Helene.
can happen, but
And that was really the only way that something could happen was by an act of God, and then we get these acts of God that even have us having these types of conversations. Now we wouldn't have been having this conversation if it wasn't for those
hurricanes.
those
and I'm
hurricanes.
gonna say
Yeah.
city. If you listening, I know you listening.
We hear you.
All right.
Right on.
Go and get you a whole new law team.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that. I work with the law team. I think that consultant, the consultants that the city is using, the law team of the city is amazing. But again, you have the law team is working with somebody who wants to really do this thing.
And so they're giving up everything.
And so you
giving
as
up
a lawyer,
everything.
I've seen the law team say, okay, look, here's what the position, because that's, as a council member, that's who you go to. So when you talking with the lawyers, like that's how you learn about the stuff. You can't talk to your other council members. You talk with the administration, you talk to the lawyers. And so we're talking to the administration, and you hear the administration's position. And then you talk to the lawyers, and the lawyers like, okay, I heard that position. Here's what would happen if you do that. And then here's what would happen if you don't. And now it's up to you to decide. So it's not the law team that's making the decision. The law team is making, they're presenting the facts. And so that's why I took the position that I took, because I heard the lawyers in a different way than the administration. Like my understanding of it was like, okay, if we do this, we screwed. Their understanding is, oh well, no, that's when the hope and all of that stuff come in, and the other stuff going on.
Community partners,
but just on
partners.
But just on the strength of the contract, when I talked to the lawyers about it, like that's why I wasn't supportive, because of the advice and conversation that I had with them. You got something, Kiana?
Mm-mm.
Okay, no, I thought you was about to say something.
So
King Jab says you pay $600K for someone to negotiate the deal.
That should have been
and should have been $10 million.
And I think it's a lot of stuff that, you know, we can do the forensics of the deal, and we can look about and really see a lot of things that are out of place. At the beginning of the contract, I read the entire contract. You know what I'm saying? And at the beginning of the contract, it says this is an unfair deal. It says the city of St. Pete is entering into an unfair deal because the Rays were going to play in the city of St. Pete. And that was the reason for the unfair deal. But with them not playing in the city of St. Pete, that's why I think this letter was sent. Saying that we intend to play in St. Pete, because we see in this contract that a part of this deal, and that's the biggest deal in this city's history, was a part of them playing here.
Man, we gonna keep getting raw deals, man, until we get the right people involved. You know what I'm saying? That's how the black woman said. Period. Point blank. Period. You know
Real deal.
Because look at the city of St. Pete. The city of St. Pete had a Miami Herald come behind their trail. You know what I mean? Because they had entered the deal with the dude who was actually abstracting so much black wealth out of the community that they had to actually do an article on this. You know what I'm saying? That was through gentrifying our community. You know what I'm saying? So that's the city of St. Pete, right?
Yeah, through codes compliance.
You know what I mean? So the city of St. Pete is doing the Rays deal, and they're gonna do the right thing. No, they're not. They're gonna do what's best invested for them and long term. If the plan is to get us about this whole community, you know what I'm saying? So it can be a beautiful, flourishing community outside of us. Then they're gonna achieve that right there, and that's what it looked like. It looked voluntarily, and so you're gonna move on your own. You're gonna move to Atlanta because it costs too much to stay here, right? It's gonna look like a plan on us. It don't like we been in the friend zone, right? But 8 years, the city of St. Pete had a contract with a dude who was abstracting so much wealth. They were taking so much of our black women, our elders' homes, and to the point where the city of Miami said that they do 40 to 80 deals like this a year. The city of St. Pete was doing 200 with this dude. They had to slow it down, you know what I mean? And so
they were doing 30 or 40. Mine was doing 30 or 40
a year,
and we were doing 200 to 300.
A year with one dude, you know what I'm saying? Just taking our homes from our elders in our community, you know what I'm saying? The city of St. Pete, though, right?
Yeah, the city of St. Pete.
And so this is tough, right? This is what they'll do.
So that was politics with Mr. Edmond, y'all. Politics with Mr. Edmond.
I was listening to that segment on the way
on your 4-minute mile run.
Yeah, right? It was in my ear. I had my earpiece.
And so if you'd like to support the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, again, you can go to 99jamstheberg.com, hit the donate button, and show your love. We asked the question, we did what the people say. So what the people say, we asked about your go-to breakfast spot in the Tampa Bay area, and what are some of the dishes that we should try. A lot of people didn't put the dishes, they just put the spots. And so one of the ones that was kind of big up here, and it's not ranked in any particular order, this is just us saying what y'all told us. So McCall's and Sons Restaurant and Catering, Kiwi recommends the SOS on the shangle. That's what that is, the OS.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So they got that up there, SOS over potatoes.
I picked that up.
At McCall's.
Oh, yeah, McCall's. Yeah, that's the place.
Oh, we'll be there.
So
We're going to McCall.
We're going to McCall. And so she recommends that. Steffi Davis, she actually co-signs McCall's. Then you got Kissing Cousins was a big one. Miss Teresa said she said love the classic. Heavy Breakfast and mentions is always packed. Ryan, he actually co-signed that. That's her son too, by the way, y'all. And then we got Metro Diner. I don't know where Metro Diner is.
Metro Diner is on the north side.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually,
Gotcha.
Metro Diner is pretty good too.
Okay, that was Magic King's top pick. And then there's also a spot in Sarasota, but it didn't put the name in here. Then you got First Watch. Miss Loretta, she gives them a shout out saying that this breakfast. First Watch? You rock with First Watch? Other favorites was Fred's Market in Tampa, because we did ask about the Tampa Bay area. Fred's Market. Then you got Kiki's Breakfast Cafe.
I like Kiki's. They just don't have they don't have grits.
What?
How you do breakfast with no grits?
Listen here. Mel's Diner had grits. That's why she told you to kiss her grits.
Okay, because
They don't have grits unless they got grits on their menu.
I don't get it.
Kiki's never. That
Kiki
was
never
my
had
biggest
grits.
problem.
Kiki was actually a popular mention though.
pot of
Mr.
grits.
Risa,
No, people, yeah.
Janine.
What about
Did they put trips?
I don't see trips.
So
I like trips over Metro.
I like trips, but I'm gonna say one of the low key best breakfast spots is Good Eats on 49th.
Good Eats on 49th
Big
first.
shot side, the fat boy and his whole team.
First Avenue, 49th Street.
They gave us breakfast one morning.
Oh yeah.
49th Street is the black breakfast hub of St. Pete.
So because you got McCall's on one end, you got
Oh, who used to be on 49th Street? They shut down.
Fancy Nancy say they got grits now.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep me here for you,
Who
baby.
else on 49th Street that closed? Right down the corner. Come on.
Lorraine's.
Man,
No,
they
not
sound like
Lorraine's.
they-
LK.
They closed.
What happened?
LK. There you go. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
boy.
you.
So LK's has traditionally been a black breakfast hub.
Yep.
And it's continuing. You know, I'm now with these two amazing restaurants.
So a few others that made the cut was Stella's in Gulfport.
I like Stella's.
Cozy breakfast spot. Dr. V likes that. My wife likes Stella's as well. Then you got the Hangar downtown. They said it's a brunch spot with
I like
a view.
the Hangar. Okay.
Skyway Jacks.
Hey, shout out Sunday Lux, brunch, Lux, man, on Sundays, man.
Big shout out to
We saying breakfast. I'm just saying.
Look, man, Bo and his lady did that thing. They did that
Oh,
thing.
okay. Okay, that was the one with no grits. My wife was just talking about that too. Egg Haven is another one that said everything is a win on the menu according to Cindy Scott. So thank y'all for sharing your favorite breakfast spots.
You know
We're
what
actually gonna be heading to a few of these spots. So y'all stay tuned.
And if y'all like, tell them if we don't know the people, y'all know the people. Tell them to have the Breakfast Club down.
Tell them to invite us to pull up on
On
me.
every last Friday
Yeah.
of the month, we will be going to a breakfast spot and
Bang,
having
bang.
breakfast.
There's
Oh Lord.
Yeah. And up next, we got Ask Kiana. That was the What the People Say.
Okay.
Ask Kiana. Ask Kiana is brought to you as a part of the New Image Project, of course, and paid for and sponsored by the One Community Grocery Co-op, ocgc.coop. Brings you the Ask Kiana question. Check them out. Find out about what they're doing and how you can get involved. Dear Kiana, from the outside, my life looks perfect. I have a stable job, a loving partner who adores me, and friends who would do anything for me. But deep down, I feel like I'm suffocating. Every day feels the same, like I'm just going through the motions. I crave more excitement, more adventure, more purpose. Whenever I share this, people tell me I'm ungrateful and that I should just count my blessings. But I can't shake the feeling that I'm meant for something bigger. Am I being selfish for wanting more, or is it okay to dream beyond what I already have?
It's okay to dream beyond what you already have.
Okay.
You need to be grateful. So I mean, it's a thin line, right? You need to be grateful if you're saying you got a great loving partner, right? You have a good paying job. A job don't, just because it's a good paying job don't make it great. We've seen people walk away from good paying jobs and find something in their life purpose, you know, and find fulfillment and happiness. If there's something that's lacking, figure out what it is. Your your life that you feel that they think everybody think is perfect. Figure out what that is. Figure out what that why is. Why you're not happy. What in your life is not fulfilling you.
Right on.
You have to start there, and once you figure out that, then start to chase it. It's okay to want more.
Right.
You know what I mean? But be careful with the greed.
Good say. Yeah.
So
I love that.
what Q's saying is the only thing I heard. And I ain't even saying that she ain't grateful, right? Because she didn't say she was grateful. It sounds like she's saying I don't know myself, and I'm not following my dreams.
Coco, what's good?
And because I'm not following my dreams, I'm living a nightmare, and can't nobody else really understand it because it's me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you should always. That's why people encourage everybody to, you know what I'm saying, to follow your dreams, to chase your dreams, because the child inside is ready to live it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that loud and clear.
You see it a lot of times in our society when you take the model of what society tell you supposed to do. Like, hey, you go to school, go to college, figure out what's the most high paying job, do that, get married, have kids, and now you have responsibilities and priorities, and it make it impossible for you a lot of times to go chase your dream because you have priorities now that trump your dreams.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That doesn't allow you to chase it. So while you young, this is just me telling you, while you young, before you get that responsibility, chase your dreams till you can't chase them no more. School is always gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know, before you get those priorities where it's not just you that you're taking care of, explore the world. Do whatever you need to do to try to find out your why and what make you tick and all that other great jazz.
Know thyself.
Yeah.
And I think another part of that too is you know, even when you're young. So I hear that from the perspective of somebody who's young, but also just in your life as you grow and you evolve and you start to really realize
that's where she at. Cause see, she feel like she don't. Sorry, Brother John. It seems like she feels as though, like Q said, the chasing the dream, right? It seemed like she did it, and she's gotten to the point where she's realized that didn't make her happy.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So she
from the
has
outside
the job,
looking in, she's living the dream.
That's right. She has the job. She has the husband, and not only do I have a husband, he adores me, girl.
Yeah,
right. And
so that's the key right there. You got a husband, a partner that adores you. You start right there.
That's supposed to be
no,
it.
No. That's where you start at. Is your partner that adores you and supports you? Have you told your partner this is how you feel? You know, but because this is when you lean in on your partner. Like, I was just listening to a guy that I watched on Instagram, and he was like, they asked why I always talk about my wife. He was like, my wife was allowing me to fail. Like, I had a good job. I liked my job. But then one day I called her and be like, man, this ain't it.
Yeah.
And she told me, well, walk out. Quit. And she's like, come on.
That's rare.
And we're going to talk about it. He said,
that's rare.
But I'm just saying, he said,
but like, you suck it up, especially if it's a good job.
But this is what he said.
I think I saw this, something like this.
He's like, come home, go to sleep. We're going to talk about it in the morning.
Were they older? Is this an older couple? Okay, no, I saw one where it was an older couple.
His wife is a little bit older.
They are an older couple if they're our age.
We're not that old. Shut up.
Older than us.
Yeah, but then so what I'm saying is they're about our age, maybe a little bit. But regardless, he said he woke up in the morning and his wife said, listen, because he said he wanted to do this social media thing. She said, I'm going to give you a year. Regardless of what it is, I'm going to pay the bills, do whatever I got to do. You got to go hard for this year.
Okay.
If it don't happen this year, then
we can readjust
But this year, I'm gonna let you go out there. He was like, my wife was okay with allowing me to possibly fail for me to follow my dream. And so
no, I hear that. Hear that loud and clear. So thank you for that. Thank you for your words on the Ask Kiana. If you have an Ask Kiana question, you can put it in the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club inbox. Any closing thoughts, announcements, shout outs, anything y'all want to do before we get out of here?
Keyshawn Corner this weekend, right?
Yes, this Saturday, Keyshawn's Corner, comfortable conversations. Youth speak, we listen. It's a youth mental health summit, and that'll be Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Enoch Davis. Go to Keyshawn's Corner. That's Keyshawn's Corner with the K.com, and you'll be able to register, sign up, and learn more about it. And please, if you do plan on coming, if you saw a post on my Facebook page and said I'll be there, go ahead and click the link and register. It just helps with logistics and preparing and making sure that we have enough space for everybody to do what they need to do. So yeah, Keyshawn's Corner this weekend. Comfortable conversations.
Charlie Funk.
Okay.
This weekend, Charlie Funk is gonna be at Urban Drinkery. This weekend, you want some good music, a good vibe? Come on.
Coffee
out.
concerts.
Yeah, come on out there and check out Charlie Funk, and the Urban Airs.
Right on.
You want to be at Urban Drinkery.
Type deal.
Out to the Urban Airs.
Loud and clear.
What else is going? I'm trying to see what else is going on.
I'm literally in my phone.
I got something I got something in the chat from John Bailey. Good morning, Breakfast Club family. Checking in, and also I'd like to inform returning citizens of my Life from the Inside Out support group sessions that we're having at Enoch Davis Center tonight from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Light refreshments will be served. Come out and fellowship with those of us who we share our hardship and struggles with.
So if people don't know what this is, it's not just a men's group, right? It's for anybody who have been locked up.
Yep.
And need a support group. John Bailey did over 40 years.
I don't know. Don't start me the line. He did a long time.
He did like over 40 years.
Yeah.
And now he's out, and his mission is to help other brothers and sisters who's struggling. Because when he came here and said there's some stuff that he can never tell his partner,
right,
regardless, because of all the trauma and things that he dealt with. So if you're looking for a good support system that's a safe haven of people who know what you're going through, not like me who want to help you, but I ain't never stepped in there. But
John Bailey's in the chat. He said 39 in total.
39 years. 39 years in prison. And what he's doing now is helping other brothers and sisters. So his group tonight, what time?
6 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Enoch Davis Center.
6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Even if you don't want to say nothing, if you're a returning citizen and you're just struggling with anything, just go and sit in and just see how get the vibe.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I know there's a lot of distrust that comes in when you're looking at different groups. But go in there, sit in. He's doing great work.
All right. Final thoughts, Mr. Edmond.
Sacred.
Go ahead.
Go.
King Reed.
Oh, we got 30 seconds.
Sacred spaces, man. Enoch Davis Center, that's a sacred space in the community, somewhere where we can come and do things together like that right there. And so let's continue to create sacred spaces, man.
Right on, Mr. Edmond.
So, yeah, thank y'all for all y'all do coming out, and see y'all this Saturday.
Right on. There's more that needs to be done than needs to be said. So thank y'all again for listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Kiana.
I'm the one and only Mr. Edmond.
I can't believe this.
Stay tuned for
Sister Hugh.
Shoes.
And shout out around the house. Believe